Welcome back to NASA's Johnson Space Center for our question and answer session with NASA's newest class of astronaut graduates. We have 100 students here from the area with us today, and some have even come with questions for our astronauts. We will also be taking social media questions using the hashtag AskNASA and questions from media here in the room. We will even have the opportunity to hear from some students from our astronauts' former schools. So let's go ahead and kick it off. Our first question today comes from Elliot at St. Paul Academy.
Hi, I'm Elliot in 7th grade at SPA. My question is, what was the most difficult part about astronaut training?
What was the most difficult part of astronaut training? This is a great question. My usual go-to is the spacewalk training in the neutral buoyancy lab in the big pool. But I thought about this, and we actually spent 10 days backpacking through the wilderness of Wyoming at the National Outdoor Leadership School. And as a group, we packed in all of our gear. We hiked over, we hiked over 35 miles, and we got above the tree line on multiple nights and camped up there. And we had a great time together, getting to know each other, but also weathering the pop-up thunderstorms and the hail and the cold, and we even did a cold plunge in one of the big ice lakes up there. So it was a great time, but it was also one of the most difficult times.
Thank you, Nicole. We'll take our next question in the room here from our media side.
Good morning. My name is Ada Monzon. I'm from Guapa Televisión, Puerto Rico. Congratulations, Flies. You are certainly the scientific model of science exploration. The question is, the 12 of you represent NASA's commitment to diversity and inclusion. How is that helping you and the agency accomplish big challenges, such as the crewed missions to the Moon and Mars?
I can start this one off. I think just the group we had together as we started training, we had really new and fresh perspectives on problems and how to solve things, and I think that translates to the larger mission when you start going into deep space and you're on your own and you really got to get together, come up with quick solutions to address any issues you might encounter. So the diverse perspectives are huge, and the group, we've done a great job, I think, as a swarm coming to all those, meeting all those challenges.
Okay, we will take our next question from here in the room from our student section. Brian, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Brian Ermshar. I'm from Clear Creek High School. It's an honor to be here. Congratulations to you all. My question is, how do you anticipate your perspective of life, Earth, and humanity changing after experiencing looking at the Earth from space for the first time?
That's a great question. Thanks for asking. When you go up into space, and obviously we haven't been there yet, but we hear from all of our veteran colleagues about how you just see one Earth, how you see the Earth, how it's all interconnected, all the ecosystems, all the places. There's no lines from orbit. You just see all the potential, all the just incredible beauty of the Earth. And when you're up in space and you're part of the NASA team with our international partners, we see the beauty of the Earth, and we see the beauty of working as a team. So when we get up onto orbit, we're really excited to see what Earth looks like and know that we've gotten there as a team, and that our success is because of how well we work together with our international partners across the world. Thanks for asking.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Brian. We will take another question from the media here in the room.
Hello, good morning. My name is Samira Mendoza. I'm coming from Telemundo, Puerto Rico, and my question is for Marcus Barrias. What advice would you give to the Latin community and the young persons that wants to follow in your footsteps? What is needed?
Gracias por la pregunta. I would say what is required is to maintain a sense of curiosity. I think that what's important is to explore, to understand problems, and that it's okay to ask for help. I think an important characteristic is to be very dedicated, very disciplined, with a dose of humility that you don't know everything, to rely on your colleagues, your teammates, so that not only can make yourself better, but also the team.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll head back over to our student section. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Samantha Heim. I'm from Clear Creek High School. I'm so honored to be here. And my question for you is, what do you plan to achieve as an astronaut?
Well, thanks, Nancy, for the question. I really appreciate you being here, too, and helping to support us on this day. What do I hope to achieve as an astronaut? Well, I think Chris Birch put it really nicely that, we're here as part of a huge team. And, we're a very visible member of that team, but we're really representing all of NASA, all of America, all of the world in what we do, because we're trying to explore for the betterment of all. And so, I think that puts a huge responsibility on us, and the thing that, at least for me, is, I really want to make everybody proud and to, sort of do my best to give back and to make what we're doing here count. So, for me, I think it's, living up to the responsibility that you all have put in us.
Okay, we have
Thank you so much.
We have a
Congratulations.
fairly similar question from social media, so if someone else could answer this. This is from Miss Blue Beats on Instagram, and they ask, what are your goals now that you all have graduated?
So I guess I'll answer this since it's similar. So our goals really are to explore space and bring everybody together. We're here to push the limits of humanity, right? Whether we're doing that on a space flight, whether we're doing that on the ground, whether we're doing that as a management astronaut, everything that we do in the office is to push us forward, to keep us growing and trying new things. And most importantly, we're excited to work with these international partners, these commercial companies. I mean, Intuitive Machines just landed something at the south part of the moon. We're very excited. We have other capabilities. And for us, we want to work with all of these groups, all of these organizations to keep human spaceflight relevant, to keep us going forward. So we're very excited. And that's the goal that we overall have, is just to keep us moving forward.
Okay, our next question is for Marcos, sent in from Ian Colon at Westland Academy.
Hello, Marcos. My name is Ian, and I'm from 6-1 at Wesleyan Academy. I would like to ask you which part was the hardest in your journey to become an astronaut, and which skills and habits did you need to achieve this?
Hola, Marcos. Mi nombre es Ian y soy de 6-1 en Wesleyan Academy. Te quería preguntar, ¿qué parte fue la más difícil en tu proceso de ser astronauta? ¿Y qué talentos y hábitos necesitaste para lograrlo? Y quería aprovechar y felicitarte en tu graduación.
Bueno, gracias por la pregunta, Ian, y gracias por las felicitaciones. I'm gonna thank you for the question, Ian, and thank you for the congratulations. I'm gonna probably add to what Vapor started with earlier. I would say the hardest part, at least journey to becoming an astronaut with regards to training, was the spacewalk training. I think that part was not only physically, but also mentally demanding. Physically, because you're in a pressurized spacesuit, it's stiff, it requires strength and endurance, but also mentally because you have to be focused for 6 hours at a time, maintain high awareness of your surroundings as well as your partner. And what skills are needed? I would say to succeed in the spacewalk training, dedication, discipline, to be prepared. So I think we spent quite a bit of time understanding the procedures, understanding what we needed to do. The other would be teamwork, and with a dose of humility. You're not going to know everything. You're going to have to rely on your teammates. I was very lucky to go through training with Vapor, Luke, and Mohammed, and we spent hours and hours studying together and training, and I know that made us better as individuals, but also more importantly made us better as a team. And the last is not only your peers, but also the instructors, your teachers who have a vested interest in seeing you succeed. And so we were very fortunate to have the likes of Emma, Jenny, and the entire behavioral health performance team support us through that process.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
We will take our next question from media here in the room. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Jessica Fernandez from the Weather Channel and the Weather Channel en Español. This question is for anybody that wants to answer it. So with such a diverse group, what do you believe is the importance of teamwork in achieving success in a space exploration mission?
Hi, thank you for the question. I think diversity in our group, which you all have heard about today, is incredibly important for spaceflight. Every one of us brings different background, and with that, different opinions about how to solve different problems. And so when you are open to the different solutions that are out there, you could really come up with the best solution. Everybody here, we work together incredibly well, and we're looking forward to working with the rest of the office as well now too. But whoever is on the next crews that are going up, know that the diversity that they bring to the table is really one of the strongest, it's one of the strengths of the crew, in that they can work through these problems, and you know that they're going to come up with the best solution they can.
Thank you. Okay, we'll come back over to our student section. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Ashlyn Harper from LaPorte ISD. This question is to Nicole Ayers. When you were a pilot in the military, why did you choose the call sign Vapor?
Thank you for the question. Actually, you don't get to choose your call sign. Your friends in the squadron choose it for you. So when you first show up to a squadron, you get to know everybody, they get to know you, they get to see your interactions, how you fly the airplane, how you work on the team as well. And then they get it's a tradition where they get to tell stories about everything that they've seen me do. And so Vapor comes from one of those stories. So I love it. It's a really cool call sign, but naturally stories aren't always the coolest. So, but yeah, that's where Vapor comes from.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashlyn and Nicole. We will take our next question from here in the room from our media. Go ahead.
Hi there, congratulations. Michelle Choi with KHO11 News, the CBS station here in Houston. Honestly, my question is geared to all astronauts here. Congratulations again. But I would like to specifically talk to Nicole and Anil. I understand that both of you had some schooling here in the Houston and Galveston area. My question is, you'll be the first group of astronauts to do moon missions since the Apollo astronauts. If you could explain to the audience and to the public what that means for you guys.
Yeah, it was great studying here in the Houston area. I did aerospace medicine at UTMB Galveston, which was a wonderful experience, one of the few places that you can really dive into medicine. What I think the Artemis mission means to us is a lot like Commander Wiseman talked about. It's all of us working together to just expand the boundaries and stand on the shoulders of giants and move forward for all of humanity. I think for space medicine that I have a particular interest in, we're going to see more and more people up there. We're going to see people up there longer than we've ever seen them, and we're going to see new conditions. It's just going to expand the sphere of medicine as we understand it in space and as we understand it on the ground. And I'm excited about that because I love medicine, and so it's not often you get to break into new territory like that. So I'm super excited for anyone who's entering medical school right now, who's interested in medical school, because it's those people who will also get to see the fruits of that and what we are able to discover through science and all that we learn. So thanks for the question. Love studying at Galveston.
All right, thank you. We will take our next question from social media, and this question comes from the Heathernaut on Instagram. Who designed the group patch?
It's definitely a team effort. Complicated story, we can't get into it. But there's an awesome patch designer that works at JSC that we gave her our ideas, and they'd be like, yeah, that's great, but let's tweak it. So we kind of went through several iterations, and if y'all haven't seen it, it's pretty awesome.
Thank you, Denise. We will head over to our student section. Go ahead.
My name is Jared Ruiz, and my question is, how long have you wanted to become an astronaut, and why did you become one?
I wanted to become an astronaut since I was a little kid, and I think a lot of us are like that as well. Ever since you're a little kid, you dream of space, and you kind of grow up, and you find a career that matches you, whether it's medicine, or whether it's being a pilot, or whether it's being an engineer or an academic. you find part of your life that just makes you feel alive, that you're really excited about. And then as you go through that great career, maybe you have an opportunity, like everyone here does, to apply to a new astronaut class, and you get the opportunity to become one of this incredible corps. So it's great to have wanted to be an astronaut since you were a little kid. A lot of us are like that way, but some people just decide they want to be an astronaut one day and apply for the opportunity, and it turns out they're a great fit for the team. Are you thinking about being an astronaut someday?
No.
All right. Well, thanks for your question, and whatever you try to do with your life, I'm excited for you.
Yes, thank you for your honesty. Not all of us can be as amazing as you are, but you can. Everyone apply. We have another video question. This one is from Olivia at St. Paul Academy.
Hi, my name's Olivia and I'm in 8th grade at SPA. What advice would you give to people with the goal of becoming astronauts?
I'll take this one because I went to SPA and I love Minneapolis and Minnesota too, as much as Galveston. But my advice would be to work hard, be helpful, and never give up. Like Jack said, I wanted to be an astronaut since I was 6, and 40 years later, I got that opportunity. And there was a lot of times to give up along the way there, but I didn't. And if I did, I wouldn't be here today. So that's my biggest piece of advice. Thanks for the question.
Okay, we'll head over to the media section. Go ahead.
Of course. Hi, good morning. My name is Fernanda Ramos. I'm from KXLN Univision 45 here in Houston. And my question is basically for Dr. Berrios, or now astronaut Marcos Berrios. But first of all, congratulations to everyone on your remarkable achievement. As you stand at this milestone, could you share how this achievement has shaped your perspective on representation as an Hispanic in space exploration? And my second question could be, could you offer any advice for John's dreamers aiming for the stars?
Gracias por la pregunta. That's a deep question. I think it requires quite a bit of thought. I will say that representation is extremely important. I'm fortunate to have others kind of open doors for me, specifically Joe, Frank, Serena, and everyone who's come before me. I think today, hopefully, marks another opportunity to open doors for others like me in the future, to recognize that the talent in the Latin American community is strong and that there's no reason for anyone to think otherwise. And so my advice to them would be to not give up, to stay curious, stay humble, be disciplined, and throughout all adversity, throughout all obstacles, it'll all be worth it in the end.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, we have another social media question. I think it'd be fun if a few of you would answer this. It is from Twitch, and what is the one snack that you would take to space if you could pick one?
For me, it will be definitely M&M. We shared a lot of memories about that one pack on the survival, so it's a good memory.
You got it. For me specifically, it would be chocolate chip cookies. But only if they're burnt a little bit, because I like them crunchy.
I would say peanut butter and chocolate chips, both on a spoon. Spin that thing around in 0G, it'd be awesome.
And I'll top it off. No further question after I make the comment. I would take yellow mustard. Delicious.
I would take salt and vinegar chips.
All right. Thank you all. We will head over to our student section. Go ahead.
Hello, I am Jacob Wortmaker from Klein High School with the High School Aerospace Scholars Program. My question was, what advice would you give someone like myself that is interested in the aerospace industry?
All right, so for advice for yourself, and thanks for the question, this is probably applicable to a lot of folks. So, you know, starting out when you're doing your education in engineering, you're likely interested in math and science. And, you know, I say, kind of like others have said, is focus on that passion of math and science, because as you start to really embrace those things, you'll perform really well at it, and then other people will notice and they'll feed off of you. So whether you're going from your first job, it could be in the aerospace industry, it gets contagious, people see you doing very well, you'll start to do excellent things in your industry, and then you kind of leapfrog to the next thing that you care about. But you want to aim your vector towards space exploration, which is where we are today. You can also do space exploration in many different forms, whether it's an astronaut, whether it's somebody that's building a satellite, or you're doing space law. So you have many different options to explore space, and this is one of the bonuses in the suit that we can serve in space exploration. So my advice for you and everybody else is point in the direction, try to achieve your goals, do everything that you can, work hard like some of our other classmates had said, but you want that vector to go towards that direction and use the skills and the passion that you have to get everybody excited so that you can go there.
Could I just add one thing to that? This is a great plug. I was a NASA intern, and I do advise that look into internships, right? Having that opportunity to work and experience what it may be like, and seconding what Andre said, there's space for everyone. You don't have to be an astronaut. Everyone contributes in their own way, and they're all valuable.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a little time left. If we have any additional media who would like to ask questions, please come up to the microphone.
Hey, Courtney. Hey, Courtney. We have a media right here.
Go ahead.
I'm just going to give Nicole a chance to answer. Earlier, she didn't get a chance to speak. If she had anything to say about my original question. Do I need here?
This was about being formerly in
Yeah.
Houston. Yeah, so I did my graduate degree here at Rice, and I think I would add on to what Anil said in terms of, you've got a wonderful support family here from the time that I spent here, and working and living here, it feels like you're constantly walking where someone else walked previously. So the current and the previous astronauts, and this whole area is just full of so much history. So I can't wait to follow in their footsteps, and just amazed by all the history around here.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, we have a question from Sunflower Spirited on YouTube, and they ask, what's the story behind the 30-pound lava rock?
I think we both have to answer this one. So I'll start us off. We were in Arizona, and we were on a geology expedition to learn about the geology that we may find out on the moon or Mars one day. And we came upon a really exciting, interesting rock that had 3 different types of crystals inside this rock. Even our geologist instructors were very excited about this. We took a nice long break there. And then we decided, well, we're just going to bring it back with us.
And it was no small rock. This was not a small sample. This was the size of a large loaf of bread. Lava rocks are quite dense, full of these beautiful minerals. I think we called it like fruit cake because it looked so colorful. And in true fly fashion, we got into an argument over who would put the rock in their backpack to do the heavy work to carry it back. Everyone wanted to help out, but it was actually just that after we had done our studies in the field, took it home, sliced it up for us, and has been working to polish it by hand for memories.
Okay, we have another question here in the room. Go ahead.
Hi, Andrea Leinfelder with the Houston Chronicle. I'm sorry if I missed this, but I haven't heard the origin story yet of how you guys became called the Flies.
So it is tradition for a class when they're brought into the office for the first time to be given a name from the class preceding them. And so the class that was hired before us was the Turtles. And the Turtles got to know us a little bit and bestowed on us this fly name. And traditionally, these names that go back, for every class has had one. They are usually things that are not, do not take well to flight. And so we were really surprised that they gave us a flying creature. And it was quite a compliment. I think they had a lot of faith in us and hope that we fly soon. So it was probably one of the nicer call signs for a class could have. There's too much heavy laughter on the fly soon part from some of our colleagues in the audience. But you know, as Denise pointed out, in picking out our patch and designing it, we did settle on the housefly outline. So we do respond quite well to the swarm. We think it has a little bit more pizzazz.
All right, well, that concludes our astronaut Q&A session. Thank you to our students and to our media who joined us in person today to ask questions, and to our students who joined virtually, and all of those who asked questions through social media. And a huge thank you to our astronauts for your time and your wonderful responses today. And for those of you who feel inspired, don't forget that applications are now open and you can apply today. Thanks for joining.